The Truman Show, directed by Peter Weir and starring Jim Carrey, is a groundbreaking film that blurs the lines between reality and fiction in a captivating exploration of media manipulation and personal autonomy. Set in the seemingly idyllic town of Seahaven, the movie follows the life of Truman Burbank, a man unaware that his entire existence is being broadcast to the world as part of a 24/7 reality TV show. As Truman begins to question the authenticity of his surroundings and the motives of those around him, audiences are taken on a thought-provoking journey that challenges perceptions of truth and freedom. Behind the scenes, though, it's filled with fascinating details and fun facts that offer insight into the making of this cinematic masterpiece. Today, we're taking a look at some of those fun facts, behind-the-scenes info, bloopers, and a deleted scene that would have changed the way we looked at one of the main characters. Inspiration. The concept behind The Truman Show draws its roots from an episode of The Twilight Zone titled Special Service. This particular episode, which aired in 1989, explores the idea of a man unknowingly living his life under constant surveillance for the entertainment of others. This premise laid the groundwork for Andrew Niccol's screenplay, which would later become the basis for The Truman Show. Script development. Niccol managed to complete the first draft of the script in an incredibly short span of just 3 days. Despite the rapid pace, his screenplay showcased meticulous attention to detail and a keen understanding of the complex themes the film would explore. Real locations. The quaint and picturesque town of Seahaven, where much of the film's action takes place, was brought to life through a combination of set construction and real-world locations. While Seahaven itself is a fictional setting, the filmmakers opted to shoot certain scenes in Seaside, Florida, a planned community renowned for its idyllic streets and pastel-colored houses. Set design. One of the most ambitious aspects of The Truman Show was the creation of its elaborate set, which depicted the sprawling town of Seahaven in intricate detail. Spearheaded by production designer Dennis Gassner, the construction of the Seahaven set marked a monumental undertaking, with meticulous attention paid to every aspect of its design. At the time of its creation, the set stood as the largest ever constructed for a film. Truman's age. Although Truman's precise age is never explicitly stated, various clues and hints suggest he's approximately 30. Given his backstory and the timeline of events depicted within the narrative, it can be guessed that he reached adulthood around the time the show began filming. This estimate aligns with Truman's life stage and serves to contextualize his experiences. Alternate endings. Throughout the development process of The Truman Show, several alternate endings were considered before settling on the final version seen in the theaters. These alternate endings ranged from subtle variations on the existing conclusion to more radical departures that would have drastically altered the trajectory of Truman's story. One proposal ending involved Truman escaping from Seahaven only to discover that the entire world outside was also part of the show, leading to a nihilistic revelation about the nature of his existence. Ultimately, the filmmakers opted for a more hopeful and thematically resonant conclusion in which Truman chooses to confront his fears and venture into the unknown depths of the ocean, symbolizing his embrace of freedom and self-determination. Visible mic. One notable instance where the boom microphone is visible happens during Truman's encounter with Marlon at the bridge. As Truman walks along the bridge railing, engaged in a heartfelt conversation with Marlon, the boom microphone briefly appears at the top of the frame, protruding into the shot. This blooper is a common happening in filmmaking, where efforts to capture clean audio sometimes result in the unintended inclusion of equipment within the frame. Changing weather. An example of changing weather can be observed during Truman's confrontation with Christof near the end of the film. As Truman stands on the boat, facing the stormy seas, the weather alternates between shots. In some frames, dark clouds loom ominously overhead, while in others, patches of blue sky are visible. This inconsistency is likely due to the challenges of filming outdoor scenes, where natural elements are beyond the filmmaker's control. Reflections of the crew. In a scene where Truman is seated at a table in the Seahaven diner, engaged in a conversation with another character, a reflection of a crew member can be seen briefly in the window behind him. The crew member's silhouette is faint but discernible, serving as a subtle reminder of the behind-the-scenes activity taking place to orchestrate Truman's reality. Inconsistencies in props. One example of inconsistencies in props happens during a scene set in Truman's living room, where a vase of flowers inexplicably changes positions between shots. In one frame, the vase is prominently displayed on the coffee table, while in the next, it appears to have shifted slightly to the left. While pretty insignificant, little discrepancies like this can disrupt the seamless continuity of a scene. Extras breaking character. During a crowded street scene in Seahaven, Truman is seen walking among a throng of extras going about their daily routines. But upon closer inspection, keen-eyed viewers may notice an extra who momentarily breaks character by glancing directly at the camera before quickly returning to their assigned role. While such instances of extras breaking character are pretty common in large-scale productions, they do serve as a reminder of the orchestrated nature of Truman's surroundings and the constant surveillance under which he unwittingly lives. Symbolism. The Truman Show is rich in symbolism, with its narrative serving as an allegory for various aspects of modern society and human existence. One of the central themes explored in the film is the dichotomy between reality and illusion, as represented by Truman's gradual awakening to the truth of his artificial existence. The character of Truman himself serves as a symbol of individual agency and the quest for authenticity in a world dominated by artifice and manipulation. And elements like Seahaven's meticulously controlled environment, Truman's iconic catchphrase, and the omnipresent gaze of the hidden cameras all carry symbolic weight, offering viewers a deeper layer of meaning to unpack and analyze. Deleted scene. We know of at least one scene that was in the script but didn't make it into the final cut. It's from the sequence when Truman is trying to escape, and the producers mobilize the entire cast to find him. In the script, there's a scene right before Truman reaches the boat to sail out of town. In it, a group of townspeople come to the spot where Truman is hiding, but don't notice him because he's in disguise. However, in this cut scene, his best friend Marlin does recognize him. The script reads, quote, "Truman glances nervously in the direction of the searchers. Their backs to the two men, they are beginning their next sweep. One shout from Marlin will give Truman away. He is at Marlin's mercy." In other words, in that moment, Marlin has to choose whether to give up his friend or help him discover the truth. The script continues, quote, "Without a word, Marlin walks past Truman and rejoins the search. Truman glances back to Marlin's retreating figure, but Marlin never looks back." It's a fascinating look into a scene that didn't make it. It certainly would have said a lot about the complex moral position Marlin was in and about his loyalty to Truman. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think that deleted scene would have changed the way you think about the movie? Let us know in the comments section below.